Hey, what's going on? How in the world are you doing? Man, I think I'm allergic to eggs. Is that possible to be allergic to eggs? I don't know. I think I am. Anyway, so hey, was feeling kind of crappy earlier and because I ate eggs and now I'm feeling a little bit better. So wanted to come on and talk to you about something. Rachel Blatt, how in the world are you? I see you there. So, so I think I am. I don't know. I don't know. Is it possible to be allergic to eggs? I think I am because, like, when I eat eggs, I get sick. I don't know. Anyway, so look. First off, my condolences to Kobe Bryant, his family, and man, what a tragedy the world experienced today. That is unbelievably sad, and all of the others that were on that helicopter. Man, oh man. Sue, how are you? It is possible to be allergic to eggs. So I don't know. I must be. So I wanted to talk to you about if I don't know if you guys ever saw Ed Mylett's interview with Charlie Rocket, but I mean, it is quite possibly one of the most powerful interviews I have ever seen. I was actually talking to Charlie on Instagram just a little bit ago, and he was replying back, which is incredible. The dude is absolutely incredible. Yeah, Samuel, I think. Hey, Christine. Christine, I was just looking at our show literally yesterday when I had you on. Samuel, I think that the common denominator is when I order them over medium and get the yolk runny. I think that's the problem. Because if I have scrambled eggs or I have things that have eggs in them, it doesn't make me sick. But with yeah. So anyway, I'm feeling much better now. So Charlie Rocket is if you guys don't know who this kid is, I'm telling you, like, he talks about he was first buying stocks at 8 years old. At 12 years old, he was wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase to school. And this guy is incredible. I'm going to show you a little snippet of the interview just because I want to see it again too. But you should watch this seriously. And if you haven't seen the whole interview, go back and watch the whole interview. I'm only showing a couple of minutes here because I want you to hear what Charlie says, this marketing philosophy he has that's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, for real. Watch this. I'm going to show you this. Check this out. Hang with me. I'm going to share my screen. Watch this.
Off when you're that way. It takes some real courage to be the real you. You're not using filters on all your videos, right? So I really, really admire it because I think you're giving people hope. And you do this for two reasons. I want you to talk about this, about marketing for a minute.
For sure.
So you have this philosophy of I am in your marketing. I want you to explain this. So not only is it great social media content that inspires, but you also think it's actually a business philosophy. So talk about this. This right here, guys, is where you start writing something down big time. So take them through your marketing, your belief about marketing and business on this.
So ever since I was little, I think I've had the gift of seeing around the corner of like where things should go culturally or with marketing.
Obviously.
And I love marketing. It is my passion. And I have this theory called the I am you theory. And it all started with a search. I wanted to see what the #1 grossing superhero franchise was of all time. And to my surprise, it was Spider-Man. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why Spider-Man? And I came to the conclusion that it might be because he was the only one that didn't have a chiseled chin. He was the only one that didn't have muscles. His aunt couldn't pay the rent. He was just a regular guy.
Yeah.
And yet he's #1. And I said, okay, well, does this hold true with other things? And it's Google search, what's the number one religion in the world as far as a number of followers? And it came out to be Christianity. And I was like, why? And then studying Jesus is, okay, carpenter, hangs out with poor people. He only had 12 followers at the time. And he probably would have had more followers if he came on a horse with the armor and the sword, and I am the great savior.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what most of us are doing culturally with our marketing or with social media. And the paradigm is this. It is I'm so perfect and all of y'all are not. That's why you should follow me, because I'm at the top. But then I thought about it. Does this I am you theory, okay, it worked for Spider-Man, it worked for Jesus. Does it work for a corporation?
Mm-hmm.
If it works for a corporation, this might be a real theory.
Here. Yeah.
So I said, okay, what's the biggest corporation in the world? Apple, first $1 trillion company. And I thought about it. Its leader, Steve Jobs.
Yes.
The first CEO ever to take the suit off, and he honestly looks like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So when he passed away, everybody's crying. We've never seen this from a CEO before.
Yep.
They're crying. They're memorials. He was us.
Yes.
And he even named his products, instead of Inspiron 3000, he named his product Lisa, Macintosh. And his biggest hit product that blew up the company was iPod, iPhone. He literally wanted the products to be just like us. That he named them human names and made them us. And then I thought about it with Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan will catch the ball in the second quarter of a regular season game and 20,000 cameras are going off. I've never experienced nothing against LeBron, nothing against Kobe, but that has only happened with one individual.
Yep.
Michael Jordan has said, why? He had one gift, and it's not LeBron's fault. It's not Kobe's fault. But Jordan was the scrawny kid who got cut from his high school basketball team. And that's what made him us. That's what made the difference in everything that surrounded him is his story. He was us, and he had the song.
You like Mike? Sometimes
I dream that he is me. I dream of all the things that I could be. Boom, 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 boom. It was the I Am You song. It was where Kobe is the Black Mamba. He's alone. He's nothing like us. Where Mike in that commercial, the ball hits him in the head and he's playing with the kids.
Yes.
He was us. And then we think about Oprah. The biggest things in the world are not trying to be the most different as us. They're literally just like us. But in social media today, it's I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. That's why you should follow me. But the biggest things in the world flip the paradigm and say, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. Follow me. So why aren't we marketing that way?
Brilliant and true. And like one of my favorite things I've ever heard ever on this show.
So go watch that full interview. I am telling you, like, it's the that right there. Here's the thing. All of these companies, all of these people, all of these products. And what's the irony of, I watched that today. He's talking about Kobe and the tragedy that occurred today. It's unbelievable, right? But here's the thing, like all of these companies, all of these people are out here and they're saying, hey, I'm way up here. Come on, follow me. Let me pull you up. And his theory is what he talks about with Apple being the first $1 trillion company, or maybe not. Maybe they're not $1 trillion. I think it was Google hit $1 trillion. But like, stop trying to be above everybody. Stop trying to be up here. Stop trying to be up here like you're better than everyone else, because you're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. And neither am I. We're all in this together. There is not one single person on this planet. There's a lot of people that think they got it all figured out, but there is not one person that actually does, because not one single human being on this planet has cheated death. Not one. When you can cheat death, when you can say, Brian, I was actually talking to Charlie a little bit ago. I just saw that Quantopia, man. That looks pretty dope, man. It looks crazy. I'm gonna check that out a little bit more. But here's the thing, man. Like the most successful, I saw Scott Simons just popped on. What's up, brother? How you doing? The most successful people I know on this planet are people that are humble. They don't put themselves above everybody else. If you go to Charlie, just at Charlie on Instagram, and watch some of his videos in his feed, just scroll down through. There's this one where he literally hears about this girl that's trying to go to college. She works at Starbucks. He hides in a trash dumpster and surprises her with a new car because she doesn't have a car. He says in this one thing, like I want to be the first millionaire that's out here doing it with my hands, not just talking about it, but doing, like helping people, really genuinely helping people, and stop making marketing about this giant brand or this giant person, and make it more about, hey, I'm just like you are. I'm just like you are. I'm just like you are. I'm just trying to figure this all out too. And just like that, it can be taken from all of us, man. Paul says it in the Bible, life is like a vapor. It's here, poof, and then it's gone. It's gone, man. Like it's over. I'm 51 years old. I can't even believe I'm 51 years old. I can't. Like it's happening so fast. I'm about to be 52 in a minute. It feels like it is happening so fast. Like what? Like I still feel 20. Oh, dude, did you really? Oh my God, dude. I was just talking to Charlie, dude, on Instagram. I talked to Ed Mylett yesterday too on LinkedIn, man. I'm trying to get him on the show, and he told me who to email to make that happen. So I'm crossing my fingers I'll have Ed Mylett on very, very soon. And I'm crossing my fingers I can get Charlie on the show. But here's the thing, all right? Look, I have been very, 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 very wealthy, and I have been very, 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 very poor, homeless. I mean, homeless. Now, it was because of my own bad choices, but I've been homeless after being very wealthy. So I've seen it all, man. And I have lived in just about every corner of the United States. I've been all over this country. And I'm going to tell you what, people are people, period. I don't care if your name is Asa Ingman right there, who lives in, I don't even know where Asa lives. Holland? Is it Holland? I love Asa. She's amazing. But like she lives in another country on the other side of the world. We're all human, man. Like stop trying to be above everybody else. Dude, you like Scott, you're already one of my heroes, bro. You would be like, I just have to go ahead and move you to number one. Like you'd be my number one hero after you let me drive the Lambo one time, just once. So look, I'm kidding, man. I don't need to drive your Lambo. I love you, dude. So look, here's the thing. Yes, Winthorpe from Trading Places. Sweden, Asa's in Sweden. So like, here's the thing, man. Like, stop trying to put yourself above everybody else with your brand, with your company, right? Like I have a video, my videographer, I've got this new girl that works for me that like, holy crap, can she do some video stuff? Brian, that would be awesome, bro. Scott, I love you, dude. I appreciate any of your help making that happen. So, you know, I'm telling you that I'm a recovered alcoholic with 17 and a half years sober. And I'm going to tell you guys something. If I can do this without choking up. So, you know, I had a pretty rough childhood, and I've held this resentment for a long time. I mean, a long time, towards my mom and dad for not really being there for me. They couldn't. It just wasn't. They did the best they knew how to do. And I watched Kevin Hart's show called "Don't F This Up." I watched it on Tammy, thank you. I love you. You're awesome. Watch it on Netflix. It's called Don't Blank This Up. And if cursing bothers you, you probably don't want to watch that show. But there's a powerful message in it, man. There's such a powerful message because Kevin Hart's dad was not there for him. He was strung out on drugs, alcoholic, all of that stuff. And I watched that and he said, I have no hatred for my dad. I have no anger towards my dad. And I was like, I sat there and I watched this and I saw it. And he's telling his dad he loves him, right? My dad is sick, very sick. In fact, last year he almost died. And me being the asshole that I am, I didn't even go visit him in the hospital or the rest home because he had to go to long-term care. I was living in that resentment, that anger still. And so yesterday I texted my mom and I said, hey, I want to bring the family up and visit with you guys. And so I did. And we went to dinner. My dad rode in my car with me and my mom drove my wife and my girls. And so we had some time together and it wasn't planned like that. It just happened like that. And we started talking about a certain person. And my dad literally like couldn't even talk. He was choked up so bad about how much regret he has. And, you know, it was in that moment that all of that shit, and pardon my language, but that's all it is. All of it melted away. I mean, in that moment, it completely melted away. And I realized last night that I was free. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you or not, but I realized in that moment that I was free from that anger and resentment. I went to my mom and dad's humble little home, and it's cute. It's very humble little place that they just got, this new place, new to them. And they're so thrilled that it's a ranch. They don't have to go up and down stairs. And man, it just made me realize that we're all in this together, man. Like everybody's doing the best they know how to do. And you people out here that think you're so freaking better than everyone else and you want to judge others. And I'm not judging you. I've been there, man. I've judged so many people. It's ridiculous. I'm talking to myself too. There's going to come a day, man. It might not happen in a helicopter, but there's going to come a day that you're going to leave this planet. You're going to leave this body that you're walking around feeling so good about right now. And there's something else. I don't know what it is, but there is something else. And there's something that you're going to have to answer for. And I don't believe in a punitive God. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that. I'm sorry if you do, but I don't. I believe in a loving God, but I also believe that God's going to be like, yo, man, why'd you like here before you start freaking whacking people with your judgment stick, remove the splinter from your own eye. Like, here's all the shit you did wrong, dude. Here's everything you did wrong. Now, do you want to judge for real? You sure? Because I kept track. Remember, I'm God. I kept track of all of your crap, and I just wanted to remind you of some of it. Remember that girl there? Huh? Remember that? Remember that thing you did there? Remember being a jerk to that employee? Remember being a jerk to your wife these 400 times? You remember all that? Do you still want to be judgmental? You know what it's called? It's called righteous indignation. And I'm guilty of it. I had somebody call me out on it one time. A very, very good friend of mine said, dude, I think you're experiencing, because I was going off about so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. Well, she blah, 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 blah. And he says, it sounds like you may be suffering from something. And I said, what? Tell me what it is. And he said, it's called righteous indignation. I said, what's that mean? He goes, Google it. I'm like, so I did. And I was like, well, that's not very nice. Dude, it's self-righteousness, man. Stop. Get down off of the high horse. Get down off of the high horse. I watched Charlie Rocket. This dude's a multi-millionaire Grammy winner. And he's hiding in a trash dumpster out by Starbucks, and it's hot, really hot, hiding so he can gift a brand new car to a young lady that needs a car, that's trying to do something with her life. Tammy Woodard, you're awesome. I'm gonna tell you what, the Ed Mylett and Charlie Rocket interview will blow you away if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while. It's apparently a year old. I didn't even know that. It's a year old. It's powerful, man. It's so powerful. And you know, the Kevin Hart thing. I see, and Samuel, I agree with you, but I'm going to tell you, man, here's what I think. I don't think God is judging us, man. I don't think God's on an ego trip. A lot of religions teach that God is this big ego, and I don't think God is an ego. I don't think God has an ego problem. God doesn't need me to tell him how great he is. He already knows. I mean, he's God, right? So that's just my opinion, man. I don't think God has an ego problem, and I don't think he's judging us. I think we are judging us. You know, it's deep down inside of you. You know, when you're being a butthead, when you're being resentful towards somebody, we all know. We already know. I don't think that like, if you're being, resentful towards someone that hurt you in your past, if you're being resentful towards life because life threw you some curveballs you weren't expecting, and you're like, damn it, that's not what I was expecting. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I watched The Secret, and The Secret told me, put it out to the universe. So I did, and the exact opposite happened. So I hate you, universe, and I hate you, life, and I'll never recommend the movie The Secret because it's a bunch of crap, and the law of attraction is BS, and I'm not buying it, and whatever, man. Like, dude, let go of the resentment. Weldon Whitehurst, my brother, how in the world are you, man? Good to see you. You've got to let go of the resentment. See, I thought, and look, a year ago, I would have looked you dead in the eye and said, I'm free of all resentments, man. I've been through years and years and years of recovery. Bro, I've been sober 17 and a half years, man. I'm good. I'm clear of resentments. But here's the bottom line, dude. It's not true. There's somebody that did me really, really, really wrong in the last few years. But you know what? What was my part in it? Instead of so-and-so, I mean, I got some dude I loaned $100 to that won't even respond to my, I loaned this guy $100 so he could get propane for his house. Won't even respond to my instant messages. Okay. Like, you can't even give me something. Like, you can't give me a reason, nothing. But like, it's okay, right? It's okay. It's like my buddy Frank Crinitti said, dude, if it only cost you $100 to get rid of somebody like that, good riddance, man. That's cheap. And I said, you're right, dude. You're right. So like, we let these resentments that we get, we let them fester, man. And what happens is they turn into disease, they turn into sickness and illness, and they do nothing but bring us down. They do nothing but bring us down. You got to learn to let go of it, man. You got to let go. And the only way I know how to let go, is like, pray for him, man. Just pray for him. I can remember when I first got sober, my sponsor in AA said, dude, you got to pray for all the people that you're resentful for. I said, not that one abuser, man. No way. I ain't praying for him. He's like, dude, you got to pray for him, man. I said, I'll pray for him to burst into flames. He said, well, that's a start. And I said, I'm just kidding, man. I'll try it. Whatever. Hey, Megan, how are you? So I said, look, I'm going to pray for this dude, man. And 30 days later, it was real. I felt it. I felt it. I did it for 30 days. I don't know, 27, 21. I don't know how many days it was. But I remember this one moment where I'm like, wow, I actually mean it. I mean it. I mean, I really am praying for blessings in this person's life. And then I heard later that this particular individual really got their stuff together, went on to college and got a degree and all this stuff. Man, you can't, I see all these social media posts, man. And Charlie Rocket talks about that in his interview with Ed Mylett. He says, like, you got all these people out here that are putting out these posts about how great life is. That's why I was putting out posts every day. Like, dude, I still struggle. I struggle. I'm real. You guys know, those of you that watch me enough or have seen me or know me personally know that I struggle, man. Like, I've been on and off the struggle bus a million times in my life. I don't have it all figured out. That's why I was doing the videos of this fat old man out walking the neighborhood doing 75 hard. I was doing the videos while I was working out, showing the sweat pouring off of me, the fat dripping off of me, showing all of it, the whole process, man. And I lost 30 pounds and it changed my life forever. But I'm going to tell you something. Megan said life is a freaking struggle, but we fight to be positive, to persist. You know what? The book, The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck is the best book ever written. In my opinion, it's in my top 5 favorites, if not number 1. But the first 3 words of the book are life is difficult. And he doesn't say that to go, oh, okay, here we go. We can start feeling sorry for ourselves now. No, he says life is difficult. And the sooner that you accept that life's not going to be perfect, that crap's going to happen to you, that things are going to go sideways, you're going to turn left at Albuquerque when you meant to turn right, things are not going to work out the way that you want. The sooner that you can accept that life is going to be difficult, the sooner and much, much easier it will be for you to transcend the difficulties in life. Seriously. It's just the way it is. So like Charlie Rocket says, I started off this show or this live stream showing a little excerpt from the Ed Mylett and Charlie Rocket interview. You guys got to go watch it. And I'm not playing, like, for real. Go watch it. Don't just like listen to me say that and then not do it. Go watch the Ed Mylett and the Charlie Rocket interview. It will change you. I promise you. You're going to go, man, I've watched the dang thing 3 times. And the irony is that he was talking about Kobe Bryant in that. And I watched it this morning. And then this afternoon, we find out what happened. It was crazy, man. Like, wow. So like, stop trying to convince the world that you're perfect. Just stop it, man. Like, especially if you ever do live streams, because people see your imperfections, whether you believe it or not, they see them. You guys see my imperfections. You see when I screw up. You hear me swear every now and then, right? We landed in Detroit the other day instead of Chicago. Things will always happen that were unplanned and are inconvenient. They're meant to teach us something Megan, you landed in Detroit. That's like 2.5 hours from me. You're right up the road from me. So look, we must learn empathy. Others screw up as much as you do. That is the truth, Samuel. That is the truth. So look, you want to really blow up in your brand? You want to really blow up in your business? You want to really blow up in your sales position if you're in sales? Try this. Seriously, try it. Try being real and authentic. Just try it. Try it. You were in Columbus, and oh my gosh. Today. Wow. That actually, Detroit and Columbus, I'm like right in the middle. I'm not right in the middle. I mean, Columbus is a little closer. Columbus Airport's about an hour, right at an hour, something like that. Detroit's 2.5 hours. But anyway, you've got to, no matter what it is you're doing, you have to try being authentic and real. What's up, Brian Hess, my brother? There's a dude blowing up. Like literally, this dude is blowing up for real. Incredible. Watching your journey, bro, has been inspiring. Everybody, make sure you're following Brian Hess. There he is right there. Follow him. Carrie Lynn Carter. Unbelievable. All y'all are like hanging out in my backyard, not even like stopping by for a high five or anything. What's up with that? So look, you want to blow up? Stop being fake, man. Just stop. People know. People know when you're fake. They know. They know. Try being real and authentic, and try also being forgiving. Try being forgiving, right? What's the scripture? Judge ye not, lest ye be judged. For the same means that you use to judge others will be used to judge you. Like I said, God's going to hold up a scorecard and go, hey, remember how you treated her? Remember how you treated him? Remember what you did here? Remember what you did there? Remember this. Hey, I kept track. I'm God. Okay, I got your scorecard. Remember all those thoughts you had? I know about them. Remember all that? Remember all that stuff? And you are going to judge him or her? You sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to do that? Come on, man. I don't know if you want to do that. Like I'll use the same judgments that you're using to judge you. How about that? Come on, man. Like seriously. Hey, Beth Hoover, how are you? Brian Hess, I appreciate you, my brother. There's a dude you want in your circle. I call that dude all the time. He calls me. We talk about all kinds of business stuff. We talk about life. We talk about things to get to the next level. What you see is what you get right here. Love it. Love it. So look, man, I've had some major breakthroughs in my life in the last 24 hours. Told you about one earlier, and I'm very, very grateful and I'm humbled, and I feel like, man, you know, I've let a lot of years of my life go by not giving my best love for my mom and my dad instead of I've lived in this resentment and anger and whatever, fear. Well, what if I forgive them and then, you know, blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, come on, man, grow up. And I'm talking to myself. Just grow up. Stop. They're not going to be here forever. And there's going to be a time when I look back and I go, man, could I have done better? Could I have done better? Can you do better? Is there something that you need to let go of? Is there something that you need to forgive someone? Is there resentment that you need to let go of? I don't know, man. I know for me, I needed to. And I didn't even realize I needed to. It took watching Kevin Hart's show, Don't F This Up. And if you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's pretty good. I'm telling you. Well, it's really, really good. It's really good. It's a documentary about his life. It's really good. Of all the things that I could watch, that's the one that I had to see for the light to come on. You never know. You never know what it's going to be. Tammy, I love you too. You're amazing. Follow Tammy Woodard. She owns a little car lot down in Georgia, in Hoboken, Georgia. Hoboken, Georgia. Never even heard about Hoboken, Georgia till I met Tammy Woodard. I love that woman right there. She could say, hey, Ken, I need you to come to Georgia and help me hide this body, and I'd be on my way. I'm kidding. I'm wearing a CSI hat. That's a joke, just in case anybody's watching. So look, man, just Gene Simmons. I'm trying to read comments too. Gene Simmons had so much hate for his father, leaving his mom. He never visited Israel until after he died and regretted it. You know, my mom and dad are remarried after. I mean, they've been together for a long, long time. But then they were apart for 20 years or better, maybe more. I don't know. But, you know, and I lived in the resentment of my dad walking out when I was 2 years old. And trust me, my dad has lived in the resentment of it too. My dad has lived in that pain as well. And it's time, like, man, you got to let all of it go. Not just me, but him. Like, there's this bad energy around it. And who in the hell needs bad energy in their life? I don't need it in my life anymore. I am ridding myself of bad energy. I just am. And yes, there are people that have hurt you that you obviously are not going to be in your circle. And that's okay. It's okay. There are, you know, my one of my sponsors years ago in AA said, you know, you don't want to go make amends to that woman. I'm like, yeah, I do. She's my ex-girlfriend or somebody I dated one night. I'm kidding. Or, you know, he's like, no. You're not making amends to her, bro. And I said, but I owe her amends. He goes, the best amends you could do is leave her the hell alone. Just leave her alone. What is your reason for wanting to go make amends to her? I'm like, I don't know, to rekindle the flame. He's like, no, you're not making amends to her. Stay away from her. That's the best amends you could ever make. What's up, Jay Barry? What's happening, Adam Marburger? So, you know, like, you got to think like, you know, for me, I had to, like, my dad is my dad, right? I'm never going to have another, like, blood relative father. And I had to let it go, man. I had to let it go. But this all started with this whole thing with this whole thing started with Ed Mylett interviewing Charlie Rocket. And I got to tell you something, man. If you haven't seen that interview, it's about a year old. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Gary Lynn said I can't. I'm sorry. But right, you got to check your motives for things like that. And so, you know, sometimes the best amends is just leave people alone, man. Just leave them alone. Let them live their life without you in it. That's basically what my sponsor said. I was like, but I'm trying to be a better person, man. She needs to know. He's like, no, she doesn't. You stay away from her. So are you saying you got out of your own dang way? Amen. I am. Adam Marburger, dude, that interview will change you, bro. I'm serious. Like, there's something he says there towards the end. I just showed everybody. You can watch the replay of this when I'm done, but like, there's something he says there. It's just, man, it's such a good interview. Such a good interview. But look, just get down off your high horse, because it don't matter. It really doesn't matter. None of us. Good night from Sweden. Good night, Asa Engman. Thank you for hopping on. I love you. You're amazing. You know, we all know people that put out on, like, come on, dude. It's like the 25-year-old, 22-year-old, 20-year-old in front of his garage full of Lamborghinis. Like, bro, we all know. Unless you're like, you know, 20 Tupac or Biggie, dude, I'm going Tupac, bro. We've had this talk. I'm going with Tupac. I'm sorry. I respect and love Biggie, man. I do. But Tupac is, come on, legend. So look, here's the deal, man. I'm going to get hate mail from all of Biggie fans. Sorry. But like, it's real. It's Tupac all the way. And if you got a problem with it, Adam Marburger will fight you. That's like, if you guys knew, if you knew Adam Marburger, you would not want to fight him. Maybe I saw Adam Meredith was on here. Now he would probably fight Adam Marburger. but anyway, like, look, there's like, social media is awesome. It's changed the world, and I think we would all agree. He said Adam Meredith would win. Adam Meredith is awesome, man. You both are a couple of badasses. But here's the deal. Look, social media is awesome, and I love social media. And I try to come across as authentic and real as possible, right? I'm not coming on to a Facebook Live with no shirt on. Although there's probably, I'm not even going, I'm not going there. But like, you know, so obviously you got to have some class, but like I keep it real. I just keep it as real as I possibly can. I know Adam Marburger would love for me to do this with my shirt off. I'm totally kidding. He could kill me, by the way. I mean, like, he could literally, he's like a ninja in jujitsu or something. Like, he's like way up here. He could pretzel tie my every limb of my body. So he knows I'm playing. But anyway, you know, we see people that put out all of this stuff on social media, and we like, dude, we know that you're full of crap. We know that you're not being real. Just be real with people, and you know, develop an authentic, real brand for yourself and for your, it's like there was some guy, Joe Ingram was telling me about some YouTube guy. He showed me, he sent me a link. I don't have it up, but this guy is like, considers himself this unbelievable car deal salesman guy. And like, he literally, like, if there's this bad vibe around used car salespeople, although Tammy Woodard sells used cars and Weldon Whitehurst sells used cars, and they're two of the realest, kindest, wonderful people I've ever known in my life. But this one dude sells, he thinks he's like this, I don't know, he's like a slime ball, right? He's the epitome of the bad reputation that used car salespeople have gotten over the years. This guy, and he's like, we're getting gross. We gross the customers. And he comes at you with all this stupid. And I'm like, what? And this guy actually has followers. And I'm thinking, dude, that is not the way it works, man. That's not the way that it works. That's not real life, bro. Like, what? Who does that in today's world, especially with the internet? Like, what? Anyway, so just be real and authentic, man. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Be kind. I mean, is kindness is it a thing of the past? Like, just be kind. Be nice. Be nice to people. How about developing a relationship with God? How about this? I never understood what the word humility meant. And you can look it up in the dictionary, and it's got, all these different, the act of being humble or whatever. But like, and then I've heard people make fun of humble people or kind people, I heard somebody say something. Well, the original meaning of the word kind was the village idiot. And it's like, dude, what are you saying, man? Like, does that mean that you're the village idiot if you're kind to people? Well, then I guess I'm the village idiot, and you go ahead and be the asshole. And if that bothers you, I'm sorry. But like, I'm so sick of fake people. Like, dude, you don't have to be a punk. You don't have to be a punk. You don't have to be this. You don't have to be that to be cool. You don't have to be that to be cool, man. You can be a nice person and be cool. You can be a nice person and be respected. You can be a nice person and succeed in life. You don't have to be a punk. You don't have to front. Like, and we all see this. We see these people out on social media, and I could name some people, but I won't do that. I have more class than that. I could name some people that put up and they're putting up a front. They're putting up a front. That they're putting up a front. The only person that doesn't know is them. And it's terrible. And it sucks for them. Because again, I don't even know what it's something like 50,000 people a day die in the United States. It's like, here, Weldon says it right there. It's so true. It's like the saying, good guys finish last. It's not true. He's 1000% correct. It is not true. You don't have to be a slime ball to make it. Now, does that mean that, like, Bernie Madoff, I mean, he had $50 billion or something, right? Which did him no good in prison, by the way. No good at all. Like, Jeffrey Gitomer is a really good dude. Made millions and millions of dollars. I talked to the guy yesterday. We talk on average, I don't know, once a week, probably. Sometimes more, depends. Super, super good guy. And I mean a nice, genuinely nice person. Humble, but wealthy, but humble. So, like, just be a good person and go watch the Ed Mylett and Charlie Rocket interview. Somebody grab the YouTube link and paste it in the comments for me. Could you? Would you? I could do it. Here, hold on a minute. No, I can't do it because I can't open up my history tab because Google Chrome wants to update. Hold on, let me see. I'll just go look for it. I'll look for it and I'll paste the link. How's that sound? Like, dude, just be a good person, man. Just be a good person. Quit fronting. Like, you don't have to front. Now I can't find it. Charlie Rocket. There we go. There we go. What's up, Anthony Green? There's one of the good guys. There's one of the good guys. Anthony, you, my friend, are a serious freaking rock star. Let's see here. I'm going to grab the link. There it is. Command C, and I'm going to pop it in the comments, and I'll pop it in the comments on my personal feed. Paste, and I think you'll be able to get to it from that. So check it out for real. Check it out. It's an amazing interview. Absolutely amazing interview for real. So I appreciate y'all staying on here. Thank you for all your kind comments. Thank you for listening to me talk about my my moment of humility, and not humility as much as just like, man, I don't want to live with the pain of resentment. I don't want to live like that. So I addressed it. I suggest you, if you want to be really, truly happy, learn how to get past what you're angry about. Learn how to get past what you're resentful toward, who you're resentful toward. Because, man, life sucks if you're angry. Life sucks if you're resentful. Bad things just happen. You can be free from all that. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for sharing this out. Thank you for hanging out and tolerating. And I will see you guys later. Have a great night. Happy Sunday.